Everyone had a chance to sign in. Did everyone get a chance to look at the minutes from May?
Yeah, we need to amend that, Carrie didn't open the meeting. I did.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the May 11th meeting minutes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nope, I'm sorry, it's on the iPhone, so I'm sorry about that, but yeah. Scratch on my back copy. Okay. All right, everybody get a chance to look at the minutes from the 21st special meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the May 21st meeting minutes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Everybody get a chance to look at the claims from May and June.
I have two questions on the claim.
Uh-huh.
One, how much is in this opioid funds? I didn't know we had such a fund.
There's just a few, I don't know, maybe $40 or $50 left. Trying to use it up. So that would be on shortly.
Maybe my info is wrong. I thought that was only able to be used for drug prevention expenses.
That is not correct. There was a restricted and unrestricted. And the restricted was only for certain uses, and the unrestricted we can use for that anything that we want.
Gotcha.
And we've used it for a lot of police fire things because yeah, I know.
Those still left over from like I first joined them.
No, we got another one. Okay, another payment. We had a couple more. They're always little bitty payments. They're really tiny. This one was maybe $125 or something. So we have received some additional funds from some of the drug companies. Yeah,
So if we do get more funds in there, I do not have any Narcan that is up to date. It's all several years expired.
you might go talk to the health department. They probably will fund it for you and give you some. That's how we got it for the EMS for several years.
It's like medical equipment either falls into that category.
I can text Melissa.
Like AED or some CPR, some basic CPR equipment, stuff like that.
Check with the prosecutor's office, they might give you some traffic diversion funds.
As far as claims go, I'll make a motion to approve the May, June 2026 claims.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so we will need additional appropriation for professional fees to be able to pay the cost of the storm water planning grant of $8,500, as it was not in the budget. We may also increase the professional fees budget for our attorney. I'll let you know for the July meeting. That's just for your info. Okay. That's okay. We're scheduled to do the second sewage increase on July 1st, 2026. She'll order books and get extra help for sending them out. Be aware of any questions from the public. All advertising was done earlier for this increase.
Need to put it on Facebook. put it uptown with another street light.
Wasn't also the entire fee schedule posted originally?
It was. And I'm sure there will be questions.
I know, something different.
I took that with one thing off, that's from the, yeah, there's some last thing, yeah.
Okay. I'm going.
Say, why don't you guys know?
It says we will need to reschedule the July meeting as it conflicts with 4-H fair and many of us have children and grandchildren participating in the fair.
Move it just a week back, like the 20th.
Sure, everybody else.
Okay, so July 20th.
I feel like 6, we're really pushing the holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Will that be an issue with those or anything like that?
No, actually, that one will be better. But the other one was gonna be earlier. The early bills are tough. They're just not here yet.
Old business and open projects. Just this. Yeah, sewage plant project. Maureen was not coming today.
That's right.
I did see. I did get the email.
Yes.
The delay in the,
There's more. Yeah, let's see if I can pull.
She said that, yeah, my apologies that they will not be in attendance tonight, but if you have any questions, you can ask me tomorrow. And there's nothing required on our end of the town right now, other than to sign that paper that, yeah. That's it.
No, okay.
Yeah. Next meeting, it's a good college.
I think she did,
Yeah, it was in that email,
and
or get an email.
was in an email.
over there, you push back, I can see my, I know, day 2.
I think there was.
Just get the pre-con set for July 22nd at 9 AM.
July 26th.
22nd. It's in the Abby's email.
Okay.
See the date too, like, yeah, 15th for the closing.
15th closing. Yeah.
So I think
Pre-con was tentatively 22nd.
I think it says we see keeping updated with leaving changes. I think it's-
Goes to May.
Yeah, well, like out of the house, I think it just goes to Karen. So of course, we all need to be there.
okay. All right. Move on from the sewage plant project to the CCMG matching grant to retail streets on hold till spring 2026.
It's, so the email I sent you earlier, I got a hold of, Robin. And they are concerned that putting the liners in will mess up the seal that they want to put on. So they would like to push it back, but the liners are not supposed to go in until fall. And that's too late for the grade. She currently is asking for an extension, but because we've already pushed it out to the limits, she's not sure we'll get it. So our options are wait a little bit to see if we get the extension. And if not, seal it and see what happens. I don't know any other.
I'm struggling how new seal the streets is gonna be messed up like the lighter end of the survey.
That's what they also said. I don't know.
I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just
That is here, right?
Maybe just a little bit of rubber band on it, but it's got it or something.
I mean, obviously, we need the project done, so if we don't get the extension, it has to be done. I don't wanna wait and then,
I don't want to screw it up and then lose
yeah,
the resealing thing,
Yeah.
you know?
think we see it unless we hear like very, very soon.
She, after I pushed, she sent out an email, she said, so.
Okay.
You know, if not, you would like him to proceed.
Yeah. Okay. Stormwater fund and planning grant or planning project update.
Now,
New business, building permits. None, okay. Park restrooms tabled until fall. Sewage utility report, Scott?
Plants running well, no real issues. I think that's really all I got. I'm looking forward to getting the construction started.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully it dries up this summer and get everything down. Everything in the
Russell?
All right, you'll have my report, not a whole lot in there. More golf cart inspections than what I expected, compared to last year, I expected one completely out of town. Inspection one all in Boylston the other day. Only so he can drive around during the garage sale event.
Hey.
Here's what it is. That's
Yeah.
fine. Ordinance wise, I do have kind of a two-parter here, and some of this involves Rick. So there's a property on Second Street. There's a foreclosed property that's now under ownership by US Bank. They're a complete pain to deal with. It's an email only system. I sent them all the stuff a week and a half ago. They're now like day 15 on being in violation. There's now an MSC sign taped to that door. Called it, left 2 voicemails, nothing back. So when I work Wednesday, I'm gonna send you the ordinance violation, how many days we're at,
Okay.
so they can be
Is it
fined.
mowing or?
Yeah, the weeds are about grass is this high in the yard now.
Okay.
At this point, there's been no contact. With that, I was gonna ask if you had any experience with it or any knowledge, or if it's something I need to research. I've heard some towns talking about they've created an ordinance bureau. Sounds like it's something that streamlines the process of issuing violations, but I don't know hardly anything about it at all.
I heard of that. I know you can put a lien on the property with the cost of mowing.
Gotcha.
we had, previously mowed and charged people for it.
I know Mulberry just amended their ordinance now where if the town has to come mow your property, the town will charge you, I think it was $300 just to mow your property. They were getting into a whole lot of the maintenance guy only getting paid an hourly rate to mow someone's yard. And they get billed for it. You do the math on it, it's probably the same or cheaper than paying someone to come do it for you. So it kind of went rampant and then they upped the amendment fund for it.
That down there probably is a $300
You're
yard.
gonna need a DR trimmer to get it, knock that down. Mower's not gonna do it.
It's gonna take several boys to get it knocked down and trimmed.
So if you want, I'll send it to you Wednesday and how many days we're at as of Wednesday.
Okay,
And then do you want to try and do it 1 week increments, or how do you want to go about
probably, yeah.
continuing the fine schedule on
Gotta
it?
find somebody gonna mow it?
Do what?
Somebody gonna mow it or?
It's still being mowing, mow.
We have fee that we charge currently, or do we need
I think it's a set fee. I would have to look again.
Okay,
I can check and see what we charged last time we mowed somebody. It's been a while. And it was less.
That was gonna be heavily involved to get it knocked down and work around.
Fuel costs is a lot more than last time, most likely.
yeah,
It's
okay,
pain.
yeah,
I'll have to,
I had a neighbor to that property stop me the other day and ask if he would be arrested if he mowed it. Said, do not mow it. It's in the process of an ordinance violation, so just leave it alone, but system work through.
I don't know, I told him to mow it if he wants to.
No, because it will end up out in the alley for me to deal with. People blowing their grass in the alleys is a huge headache for me. I grade alleys, I end up with a big hay bale in a grading box, because it won't shed through it. I go through the alleys, need to rake it and blow it back into people's yards so they can grade them.
Doesn't have a set amount from what I'm seeing on here right now.
I'm looking at the ordinances online.
I don't think it's a seven. I don't think there's an amount set. I don't know how we did our last one. We've only had one other one, I think, since I've been on. We mowed for
Yeah,
them.
cost incurred by the town, is basically what it says. Plus the fines, which are gonna be up there pretty fast at this point. Other things. As far as the speed signs go, I understand that's a high cost, so I'm more interested. Is the town interested in those or not, or do you want me to look? To use that money elsewhere? I can invest it in better equipment, upgraded equipment, things of that nature. I'd hate to let it go, especially if it's the last year the PS Low is gonna be a thing. Does that revert back to county general if it's not used, or where does that get to?
As far as I know, it's ours. Once we have it, we don't have to put it back.
Is it just reverting the town general
No,
fund at the
no,
end of the year?
it's still PS low money. It will always be there. We can, you know, we are not like the city who has normally spent their budget. That's why you don't actually have a budget. You know, you come to the board and you ask for what you need, and we find it and buy it, and then we put together money like that, and we use it for the last police car for payments, and you know, because we have to make those and they have to come from somewhere. So we use the money for other things. It's not really done that you have to spend a budget. In fact, we don't set up the budget for you to spend all of it. You know, we set up money to put it back so that if we need it for some large expense, we have it. But yeah, it will just become PS low money that will be in our account.
So what you're saying is each year we've used the PS Low for something else.
No, it still sits there.
Well, if we didn't use it, it'd be sitting at 20 grand, not 10. If we didn't use it.
We've used it for the police car, and we use it for
Well, I understand that, but that was,
various things, but it just, we don't get that much, and it accumulates, and it doesn't go to the general fund. It stays in the PS Lowit account. It's a different fund that's separate.
well, I understand that. It's
Uh-huh.
10K a year, so the cop car was bought how many years ago, so.
You know, we use it for
20, 30, 40 grand. That we're gonna
other,
use it.
you know, there's other police car items. I'd have to look to see what we buy out of it, but the police car has to have gas, and it has insurance and
If that
tires, and
comes out of the general fund. What's
so
the
that
absence of?
depends on how we need to spend it, what we have line item by line item. You can move it around. You know, just stay under the budget. And we,
Don't want these signs looked into and purchased, or do you want me to look at doing something different?
Signs are a bad idea.
Either, what did you, I don't remember what you said the cost was, but
Last quote I had was 4,500 a sign.
a sign.
Yeah. Permitting process is no cost to the town. It just takes 3 months for NDOT to do it.
We were talking like one on each side, right? Like,
To do it on the state road,
Yeah,
you have to go through the permitting process. If you wanted to put it on Third Street and Second Street on your way into town, it takes nothing other than, hey, Jeff, put these up.
state road would be the place we would be at most.
That's up to you guys, because I'll use up most of that PS Low fund, and I can easily find other ways to other upgrades of things that we're lacking.
I'm not opposed to it, but if you think there's something else that
Yeah.
is more important than that,
I mean, it's either that, or, I mean, I could get a handheld radar would be more efficient for traffic control, especially how visible a squad car is on the main strip in town. On if you're wanting more traffic enforcement versus more just visible appearance of being in town, but that's $1,500 to buy that.
maybe, we can do both. I mean, if that's what he wants.
I mean, that's, I don't wanna just run after things that the town doesn't want.
I think the speed signs are necessary because I think it just gives that reminder to people going through town at all times. Yeah. But I think that the radar gun's a good idea too, so I don't see why it would be an issue to get both.
We should use it all, unless I'm missing what I pulled from budget for last year, there's still a lot of money. You can cap it, and there's a Marshall Supplies Fund that can be drawn from if need be as well for the radar equipment.
That'd be like.
For the next meeting, and
25. For the radar gun, what about going to the prosecutor?
I could try, but also just took him for like $7,500 a year and a half ago, so I hate to go bug him for more money at the same time.
Good luck with this year.
That too. And the rent was cheap compared to the signs. It doesn't cost that much at all whatsoever. I can start the permitting with NDOT. I mean, if we don't get them, then they're using their time to make it permanent for us, isn't my problem. Sure, it's a standing permit to where if it takes a little bit longer after it's approved, then we can still do it.
With the signs, if the cost hasn't gone up any year much, the radar isn't that much of a was in those Lloyd funds, so.
NDOT will install them themselves since it's gonna be in their strip of the signage. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, I don't know.
I have a number for the guy that's in charge of the signs. I can pass it on to
That
you.
would be excellent. Trying to get a hold of their actual
The vehicle was up about,
difficult.
No,
he was supposed to drop back off his own.
More interested in good.
Well,
no, I'm not, I can see both of them if that's what we. want.
yeah, just bring updated quote next month for the signs and we'll go from there.
Well, they built one of the whole life, but
I go ahead and start working on the permitting process too.
yeah. we're gonna get- You guys want it just to read your speed, or you want to have the camera flash, the police lights?
I like the lights. That scared the crap out of me. It only worked for so long for locals, but I think more people speed from out of town than the locals anyways.
Yeah.
So I think the whole thing will get the most effect out of it.
I still have to have the camera flash and the police lights and
Yeah,
all of it together.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll get us a speed signs. And I'll probably come back with some radar equipment prices as well. So, unless anyone needs something from me.
definitely.
The town side, I think the last time, the last meeting, I forgot to report something that happened that morning. I had a flat tire on the older truck, had through that, so I ran it to Ashland's, got the, I think you've already paid that bill on this claim. I think.
So, yes, I wasn't sure exactly, I thought we started something, but I didn't exactly.
Yeah, when I was out doing locates that morning, I had an apartment is right, and noticed the outside drill was flat, so. Mowed the parking lots 4 times, done a weekly town crash. Had to spread what little bit of snow I had left. Stone property in the alley behind the Miramar. For the one storm and heavy rain we had some washouts in some alleys, so I repaired them and brought some stone into them. For that same storm, and wind, had to clean up some limbs and brush that had fell in the alleys and streets. Sprayed the alley centers once in the last month. Brush piles 2 times because for some reason we're getting all brush back to the woods. That was just from town people, not caught anybody out there. Done some minor mower maintenance and I've sprayed the parking and the lots also. Wastewater plant, 3 times, sprayed the fence lines, I hand sprayed the top of the sand yards and behind the lab. Some chemical barrels were showing. After I got all the weeds, the north wall of the second lagoon has a huge erosion spot. I don't know what started it. It almost looks like animals. You could never see it until the weeds died, and there it was. So after I found that, I hauled dirt back to that.
Bushcraft, maybe?
Maybe. So, I hauled dirt back there and packed it in. It stayed. Nothing's bothered it since. But I wanted to get it under control because it was starting to eat on the bank, but not,
I'll have Sean keep an eye out if we see something. I figured.
I told her that it was back there and what I'd done, so. Did one emergency locate. I've done 23 new locates in the last month. I sprayed the inner banks of the lagoons again. About 2 weeks ago. And if you remember last month, it may have been even that, I can't remember if it was in the meeting or not, but I'd asked to get a quote to put a gate in back there to the no man's land lot. I just got that back today, put a double gate in there and the fencing post was $1,100. That's material on paper. It'd just be nice to have a gate there, that way I don't have to go a half a mile through the woods, the pasture, 3 lot gates. Up into the railroad track and make the corner, come back around into that lot. And that put us with, whoops. And the last thing, I can't remember, I talked to you or Lindsay. I bought new uniform shirts and t-shirts and sweatshirts for the first time in 6 years. Or be willing to pay for those $340.
Are you interested to that uniform?
Yeah.
That's on part of it.
Yeah, I bought shirts like my first year.
Yeah.
I have paid it already, so it just be a reimbursement to me. And I think that's all I got.
We need a motion to approve the installation of the gate.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, everything else.
I'll make a motion to approve the gate installation.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. You're welcome. There you go. There you go. Okay. Any public comment? Next meeting is July 20th. 6:30. I have a motion to.
I will motion to attend.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Like all the actual costs. That's $50 a day.
Yeah.
It's, you know,